Hello everyone, Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I thought we would do a Dollar Tree DIY Summer Starfish Wreath. Now I will say I did notice that a lot of the Dollar Trees that had these ended up with wreaths that were totally broken, and I was luckily able to find one that wasn't broken. Honestly, I didn't really want to buy any broken ones, and I don't know if anybody else would, but if you did want to recreate this and weren't able to find one that wasn't broken, my recommendation would be to just use super glue and make sure it's held together, maybe with tape temporarily until it sets. So I'm starting off by attaching this Dollar Tree twine. I wrap the twine around the wire and then make a knot. And then I go ahead and just cut a large amount of the twine just to get this more easily attached, since the whole roll of twine is not going to fit within the wires of the wreath. Then I just continue to wrap the twine around the wire and making knots within itself, and then repeating that process all throughout the entire wreath. So there's many ways to do this, but the way I'm showing it here is by putting the twine under the wire, pulling it around, and then to the right of the twine, and then pulling it through, and then pulling it taut, so that makes like a knot. I hope that makes sense. And rather than having you sit and watch through the entire process, I'm speeding through it. Now here it is, all wrapped up, and I'm towards the end, and I'm covering up any excess threads as best as I can, or just cutting them clean off after adding some glue, just because I don't want any strands just kind of dangling. If you kind of like that look, that's totally up to you, and you can do it all at the end. Personally, I really want the hot glue used so that way it doesn't unravel on its own, and that way I know it's going to stay attached. And then I'm going to cut off the excess twine. Personally, I found 3 different shades of this Deco mesh that I thought were absolutely gorgeous for this project. I selected 2 different shades of Deco mesh. I went with this nice bright blue and this nice shade of aqua. So off camera, I decided how I was going to go ahead and decorate this, and I go ahead and measure out the aqua one to the length of one of the points of the star from the center while it was folded, and then I went ahead and cut that out. Then I took some more of that twine and then just tied it around the center of the mesh, and then I attached it, making sure that the folded part was meeting the center and then the other parts were meeting towards the end of the points, and then I go ahead and use hot glue towards the end of the points of the starfish, if that makes sense. And I repeat that process for all 5 points. And honestly, when I attached the twine initially before putting on this Deco mesh, I actually thought it looked cool as it was, so it's totally up to you if you want to add the Deco mesh. As the creator, you can decide to go ahead and stop at any point of the process, but here it is all attached. It had already looked so pretty that I was debating about leaving it the way it was without adding the blue Deco mesh, but I decided to continue because I wanted to see how it would turn out. Next, I took the bright blue mesh. I decided to make them into tubes, tie a piece of twine around the center, and attach folded in half as well. Then I repeated the process 5 times with the blue Deco mesh, making sure to get all the pieces in between the aqua parts. Then I hot glued the blue Deco mesh to the twine wrapped wire edges of the wreath. I also made sure to cut off any excess Deco mesh, and I repeated the process for the rest of the blue Deco mesh. So I went ahead and bought one of these floral picks from the Dollar Tree that reminded me of Hawaii, because I felt that was kind of just in the right style for this season. And I selected this blue and white floral to put in the center to cover up all that ugly center part of the wrapped twine that just dangles in the center. Alternatively, you could just skip this part and do something else within the center. Maybe you can make it look like a bit of a dream catcher if you want to tie the knots all across the center of it, but I didn't want to do that and really wanted to add the flower, so I went ahead and just took one and added hot glue along the twine and then glued the flower to the twine, if that makes sense. And here is the final result. I really love the way that this turned out. I like the simplicity of it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.